Well, now to the bizarre intruder that busted into a South Jersey home. It was a wild wake-up call when that Medford resident came down the stairs to find a buck just right there in the living room.
That animal made himself right at home right there on the floor, even if he failed to get his footing, per se. Action News New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman live in Medford this afternoon. You talked to the homeowner. This is not an interview they ever could have predicted giving, Trish.
No, and apparently deer and hardwood floors do not get along very well. We all know that deer are everywhere here in South Jersey. We were just watching a couple of them grazing in the field behind us a few minutes ago. But one Medford man woke up yesterday to one that was a little bit too close for comfort, and he took it upon himself to try and get it back home. Brian Carns woke up to the sound of glass breaking around 6 a.m. yesterday in his Medford home.
I thought that somebody threw a brick through my window, and now they came in.
There was an intruder, all right.
I want to grab my phone because nobody's going to believe this.
Yes, that's a young buck that had crashed through Brian's living room window.
He was laying by the door, and he gets up and he starts to run around. And when I look at him, I'm just confused. I have no idea. All I've heard so far is glass, and he's in the house.
Brian, having grown up around farm animals, started to think about how he could get this scrambling, panting deer out of his house.
We do have a goat that has a horn, and whenever he messes with me, I grab his horn, and that's it. It's game over. I thought, why not grab him by his antler and then pull him out the rear door of my house and let him out into the backyard.
Out.
And with that, the deer was free. While we don't hear about deer home invasions very often, we spoke with a wildlife expert who says situations like this are pretty common.
They see a window or a screen door as a possible way to get away from whatever it is that they're being chased by.
Professor Gerald Huff from Rowan University says deer may see darkness on the other side of a window as an opening, and in this case, ended up trapped.
It's probably pretty stunned. It's not used to being in a residential house. And so trying to get them out, best thing you can usually do is either call your local wildlife control.
Or the professor says you can try and do what Brian did. You don't necessarily have to grab the deer by the antlers, but you can gently guide the animal to an open door to try to get it out. Brian says the last he saw of the deer, it made it across the street into a wooded area. He's hoping that the deer stays there for quite some time. We're live in Medford, New Jersey. Trish Hartman, Channel 6, Action News.
Yeah,
Sarah, Brian.
Brian is a brave dude to grab, that guy by the antlers.
I would be upstairs on the phone with 911 with the door locked.
I think
There you go.
That makes three of us. Trish, thanks so much.